This is my dad, Noah, and every week we sit on my bed and have a conversation about something we want to talk about. And this week, we're going to talk about one of my favorite hobbies.
Okay.
And before we get to that, I just want to say thank you so much for reaching out to some of you to reaching out to my dad on really some nice comments about last week's podcast about going to overnight camp. But it would really help the podcast if you did those comments on Apple Podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, and you can leave comments on Apple Podcasts. And if you also have any podcast ideas that maybe we can talk about, you can leave those there also. And you can listen on Apple Podcasts and watch on YouTube.
Yep. So listen on Apple Podcasts. You can
leave a comment,
rate, review the podcast. You can follow on Spotify if that's where you listen to podcasts. And on YouTube, you can just search the Follow Up Podcast, and you can subscribe there, and you can watch the episodes. Okay, we've got all that. All right. So one of your favorite hobbies was my favorite. One of my favorite hobbies as a kid. But it's a little bit different now because of the costs associated with it.
Oh,
and that is
basketball card collecting.
Okay, so when I was a kid, most packs of basketball cards that we would get were like, I don't know, maybe $1.50, $2, $3. Some were $5 or $6, so I'd really have to save my allowance and decide, all right, do I really want that? And you could also then buy a box of cards for like sometimes $35, $40, $50, but in every pack was about like between 12 and 15 cards in every pack. So I have a lot of cards back at Grandpa's house still, and I've given some to you, and we've gone through some things, but now things are a little bit different because just the packs of cards are just so expensive.
Yeah,
but, So what do you like first just about basketball cards in general?
Well, I love watching basketball, and I think it's nice just to have the card. It's just fun to open a pack, see which players you get, which ones you've heard of, one of your favorite players.
Right.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun to actually hold something.
Yeah.
It's different than looking at it on an iPad or some sort of device to actually hold the card.
Yeah.
And so, but we did, during the pandemic, the price of cards just went because people started selling a bunch of cards, and
so now it's for a pack of sometimes 5, just regular, sometimes NBA hoops cards, can be $8.
Right,
which
is a lot, and that's usually the least expensive one for that cost. So it's. And then there is one pack of NBA hoops that comes in a box that has 90 cards in it with 5 different packs, I think, and I think that one might be $20 or something like that. I forget, but that's the most cost effective one. But because trading card companies have started to put limited edition cards in, and so you now have a chance of getting this card that someone could sell for thousands of dollars. It's become more of a business for the people who are getting the cards, selling the cards, than just a kid collecting the cards, which I think is a shame that there isn't that in basketball. There isn't just a set that you can just collect.
Why when we go to Grandpa's house and you sometimes bring down your cards, and we look through a bunch of them, and I take a bunch of them. Right,
so...
And that's how I do most of my collecting.
Well, and then...
Some of it, and then I buy some cards.
Yeah, you've used your allowance to buy some individual cards. There's one card store in New York City on the Upper East Side. There's just one.
Yeah, and we sometimes go there.
Mm-hmm. Just one. And then when we go back to Grandpa's, we've gone to the one there. But... It's fun for me to share the cards with you because I like telling you stories about these players and how I used to go to a lot of games as a kid and see these players play, and then it's fun for me to even look through these cards and realize, wow, when I got this card as a kid, I thought I was never going to have to work ever. I thought this card was going to pay for everything. And it's just not. It's just not the case. But Grandpa taught me a good lesson when I was a kid because we had. They still make it, though. It was called Beckett Magazine. And it was a price guide. And it would have the set of cards and then the name. And it would tell you next to it how much it was quote unquote worth. Like if someone was going to buy it, they might pay that price. Grandpop always taught me, well, it's only worth as much as someone is going to pay you for it. So just because that card next to Shaq's name says $15 in the guide, it's not worth $15 until someone actually offers you $15. Right. So it's a little bit. So I learned a lot about the the business of it at the time, also.
Right.
What do you
the pack is not worth $8 until someone pays $8 for the pack.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, that's Well, that's how they set the price. So you also then this has been helpful and also a lot of fun. Is the Panini sticker album. So this year came out so late. Yeah, it came out actually after the playoffs started. Yeah, it was crazy that this came out so late. But yeah, so take folks through it and what it is. Okay,
so this is a book, and you get, just like you get NBA card packs, you get sticker packs. Mm-hmm. So there are 5 stickers because it is
a card.
Yes, and a card. I'm going to show a page. It's a sticker book. So as you see here, let's see, there is a Kevin Durant spot right here. So when I get the Kevin Durant sticker that matches right here, I'll put it in the book, and I try to fill up the whole book, basically, and the whole page.
Right, you try to fill up as many pages as you can. Yes. So they have every team, and then they have the award winners.
Yeah, they have the NBA, all NBA first and second teams, the rookie teams, the draft, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun.
And this year they added 2 things that I thought are really fun. A Legends page of some
let me see.
Legends.
Page. Yeah, okay, keep going. What else?
And a Sneaker Stars.
Oh, that's, yeah.
So a bunch of good players are all on sneakers. So they have their little face and there's a sneaker next to them.
So on the Legends page here, we've got sorted up. So far we've got Barkley, who was my favorite as a kid. Magic Johnson, also one of my favorites. Dirk, Dwayne Wade.
Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell. It's a good thing that they're next to each other. Yeah. On this page, Karl Malone from the Utah Jazz. Great scorer, not good guy. Bob Cousy, the first great point guard.
Yes.
Vince Carter. I just can't believe Vince is
in the same
in this whole Legends conversation. Bob Pettit was Grandpa Sonny's favorite player because they used to be able to get the St. Louis games on the radio in Pittsburgh. And then Shaq, of course, that fits. So one of the other things that we've done with cards and stickers is this is how we've tried to teach you geography.
Yes, and it makes it very fun when you when you're trying to collect, and you'll quiz me on the teams. Let's see,
all right, so I'll say Trae Young.
Trae Young
plays for
Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta is in the state of
Georgia.
What part of the country is Georgia in?
The South.
Right. So then that's how you think of a map, and then when you were even younger, it was a lot about alphabetical order. So all right, so what comes first? Is it Boston or Brooklyn? Okay, well, and you know that it's O, B's are the same, O's before R, and then even the numbers in order. So we've been doing this since you were, I think, in kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah, I think so, or maybe first grade. Kindergarten.
I have 3 books.
Yeah, so kindergarten. Or maybe first grade. Yeah, I guess first grade. Early first grade. So it's not just about the players and the teams, but you get to there's some other stuff
and
to enjoy about it.
I love collecting them because I love basketball. Mm-hmm. And then it's if I watch a game and if a player gets a really good night, let's say Devin Booker has a really good night, and then it makes it really fun if the next day I open a bag and I get him.
Right. Or you realize I have that card.
Yeah.
Or I have his card, or I have his sticker.
Yeah. And it's nice when you have a card, then you get the sticker, and it's fun.
Yeah, so we certainly recommend anyone who's a sports fan. They make these books for. I know they make them for soccer, and I know they make them for all the other sports. It can get expensive to try to fill up the whole book because you're just buying more and more of these sticker packs. But it is a fun thing to collect, and then when it comes for basketball stuff, it's probably the least expensive thing. I mean, collecting the cards these days is nuts. But
yes, there's soccer.
Those are fun.
There's definitely a hockey one.
Yeah, and I'm fairly certain it's football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we should get a few more packs before you leave for the summer.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I think we could, and maybe we'd even open up a pack on the. Maybe we'll try to open up a pack on a podcast before you leave, just so folks can.
Oh, so you can you can see it.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right. Well, I like sharing this hobby with you.
Yeah, and thank you for giving me some of your card.
You're welcome. Love you.
Love you.